Hey guys, it is early Sunday morning here in the Philippines, and I am going to go ahead and do our premium unboxing video for the beginning of next week. I could not stand the anticipation any longer. I want to unbox these fast wagons for you guys. It's a really cool set, probably my most anticipated car culture set to date for this year anyways. The Power Trip series is really cool, but this one is by far my favorite so far, but it's still early. It's only April, so who knows what else is to come. I've seen some sets coming up that seem pretty cool, but so far, this is really cool. The Euro set with some of the European exotics that's coming up with the Bugatti and the Lamborghini Huracan also looks really sweet. So we'll wait till that comes out, but so far, this is the number one set for me. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at these guys. Why wait any longer? So number one here is your 1969 Nissan Skyline van, as I like to call it, the Hako wagon. And as you can see, they even say fast wagons in this series. I guess in the Japan culture, they refer to this as a van. So really cool paint job, the red, white, and blue with some Japanese characters on the side of it. The stance of this wagon I always loved, and then these gray four spokes look really good on it. I really like this casting. I still have the first release from the Cargo Carriers Car Culture set from a couple of years back, and then I have the mail-in from last year. Then they also released it in a Pop Culture X-Men set, and then it was also in the Team Transport, one of the first releases, the Advan wagon. So anyways, those are the appearances. So this is the fifth appearance of this vehicle. So really cool car. Cool card art too. And then we'll go ahead and do a spin around and look at the back of the package. We won't do it on the other ones because they're all the same, but we'll go ahead and go over this one. I'll do it once and get it out of the way. So this is basically all of them here, and you have your 69 Nissan Skyline van, your 64 Chevy Nova panel, and then the all-new Volvo P220 Amazon wagon. And that thing is sweet. Wait till we get a look at it. That thing is really cool and slammed on the ground. You can barely put a piece of paper under it. So, anyways, then next is the Volvo 850 Estate, and then your 17 Audi Rs6 Avant. So, let's get the Nissan Hako wagon out and take a look at him. And kind of already opened them up before the video. That way I could try to save the card. That way in case I want to display them in the packages, I can. Because the card art is pretty cool on these. So, here is your Nissan Skyline van. As I said, paint job is really cool. This red, white, and blue. And has the Japanese writing on the door. Not sure what that's supposed to say, but really cool. Fits the vehicle very well. Skyline emblem detail on the front fender. Marker lights. Looks really good. Rear tail lights and tailgate detail. So that's really nice. And you have all the window trim is detailed up to. Very nicely done. Detailed headlights, fender mirrors is always a plus on this casting. Looks really cool. Detailed chassis, it's metal on metal. Rubber tires. And then your typical 4-spoke JDM wheels. So really cool little car. And then number 2 in the lineup, well, should be our 64 Chevy Nova panel, or as I like to call, sedan delivery. This is really cool. Love the panel look. Better than the 4-door wagon look. Although I would like to have a 4-door wagon with rubber tires too. That would be a cool release. But Sedan delivery would have been my choice too if I had to pick out of the two. So Hot Wheels did a good job with releasing this one over the four-door wagon, in my opinion. The wheel choice is really cool, the chrome reversed wheels, and then that ice blue metallic is very era correct. It looks like something that would have came on like a 63 Impala, 64 Impala, so it does look era correct for the early 60s Chevy color. So anyways, card art is really cool, looks really nice, looks identical to the die-cast, so let's get him out and get a look at him. And this is really cool. It does have the white roof, just now noticed that, so it does have like a two-tone look to it, so pretty cool. Then your Nova emblems on the rear quarter panel, and your cross flag emblem on the front fender, and then you have same diameter wheels, it looks like all the way around, which is really a plus too. It gives it that more realistic look. Side trim detail, door handle detail. Then turning it around, has headlight detail. Grille looks nice, even though it's really not detailed much, but still looks really good. I guess it's because of the headlight trim detail makes it look much better. And then just a silver look at the grille is a plus. And then detailed gas cap. So they have been really stepping it up with their details on their premium car culture stuff nowadays. And then a white tailgate, and then your painted tail lights and such looks really good. Detailed chassis, metal and metal. And then these tires, these real riders, do have treads, unlike the Skyline, still have like slicks, I guess I would call it. But maybe it's because they're so small, it's hard for them to put a simulated tread on those tires. So anyways, this is a really cool car. White interior, it looks like. Yes, just the windows are tinted, so it gives it that beige look on the dash, but it is a white interior. So really cool little wagon. So this is my favorite panel so far. The panel first appeared in the Pop Culture Mad Magazine set. We had the wagon before then. It was a mainline appearance, the four-door wagon, but the sedan delivery first appeared in the Pop Culture and the Mad Magazine set. Then I don't know how many releases have been out since then. I'm not sure if that's the only one. Then we have this guy, but anyways, the next one though is our first appearance, our new release for this lineup, and this is your Volvo P220 Amazon wagon. And this thing looks great. And as I said, it's slammed on the ground, and it looks really good. It even looks lower on the die cast than in the picture that they did on this card. So card art is really cool, and the wagon is even cooler. So let's get him out and take a look at him. And we'll start with the bottom since I already have it pointed up. And this is something you usually never see with Hot Wheels. Usually there are some defined lines, some detail, but they actually shaved this where it has no protruding parts or lines. That way it could be slammed on the ground. As you can see, the tires barely stick out past the chassis. Everything is kind of shaved down. Even the front, where the engine would be, kind of dips in, so it can have even a more slammed look. The front and rear bumpers are basically as thin as they could get them, and I'll set it down first so we could see this. And as you can see, this thing is slammed on the ground, and it does roll freely, but it is super low. As you know, the parking lot here is like sandpaper. You can kind of hear it rubbing in some spots. That's how low this thing is. It is literally slammed on the ground. This is probably the lowest Hot Wheels car that I have. The hard body, the Nissan hard body sets really, really low too. So it would be a toss up between this guy and the 91 or 93 Nissan hard body that came out in the first release of the new Boulevard series a couple years back. So yeah, it's a toss up between the two because both of them are slammed pretty low. This thing, as I said though, they even made it a point to make sure there was nothing on the chassis so it could set on the ground. You can even see that the chassis is kind of channeled. It sets up inside the body. The body actually goes down lower than the chassis so it could have a more slammed look. So really cool job on this. All the trim is detailed nicely, and it's got a really killer cage in it, a really intense cage, as you can see with all the bars inside. So this is definitely not a stock P220. This thing is built to go out and kick ass, it looks like. So nice detail on the tail lights, the tailgate, and all the window trim, your rear door hatch trim and handle. Nice tail light details. And then you have your emblems on the front fenders, your hood trim, and it is very, very nicely done. Nice dark, like British racing green, it looks like. So really cool, really nice looking car. I am really, really happy with this one. This is actually a killer looking piece. And as you can see, like, there is the actual ride height. As I said, it's like the rocker panel is slammed and setting on the ground. So it barely clears. It's like I said, it's even hard to imagine putting a piece of paper underneath this car. So really cool casting. And let's bring the camera back out. So yeah, that is the only new one in this lineup, but it is a really cool new one. Glad to have that in my collection. And as I said, it is like super slammed. It's even makes the Skyline van look like it sets high, and the Skyline van is slammed, but that Volvo P220 is even lower. So the next one is another Volvo. This is your 850 Estate Wagon, and this is a really cool casting. Same yellow color. This is actually a factory yellow color that was released on Tarmac Works casting that we unboxed earlier in the year. And Tarmac's 850 wins hands down for detail. Maybe one day we'll do a comparison video on them, but still, I wanted to be fair. Hot Wheels now has a premium one with some details and rubber tires at least, so we can compare it to Tarmac's. But Tarmac's is much, much more realistic than this one, but this one is still really cool. Love the card art. Looks really good. So let's get him out and get a closer look at him. And this looks really nice because they do have the color match base. That way all the bumpers and everything is done properly to match the color of the car, and it's an all metal casting, so it's really heavy compared to your main line. And then the gray 5 spokes look really good on it. I actually like the wheel and tire choice in this better than the stock ones that are on the Tarmac, although the Tarmac does look more realistic. Really nice details on the tail lights. Every little detailed aspect of the tail lights is there. You have your 850 style and UK like style plate, I should say, with 850 on the plate. The Volvo emblems and the 850 emblems and such on the rear tailgate. Your painted door handles and side molding, marker lights. Your infamous Volvo grille with the caddy corner bar and the center emblem. Your headlights, and even the headlight tampo has the little wipers on them, which is pretty cool. And then the molding goes around on the front bumper too, so really nicely done. Like this casting because they made the side mirrors in the casting too, sunroof. So really cool, and it is a right-hand drive. So pretty cool to go in accordance with that UK style plate. So really cool casting, and really cool to see this finally with rubber tires. Really happy to finally get one of these. I never bought the Hot Wheels one yet because all they had were the plastic wheel main lines, and I wanted the rubber tire one, and finally it appears. So next, last but not least, is your 2017 Audi RS6 Avant. And this is a really killer looking car. I actually like this better than the Super Treasure Hunt version of the car that was released a couple years back. Love the wheels on this thing. These wheels are killer looking, and I believe that these actually come on the R34 in the new Team Transport box set with the all-white Nissans, the 32, 33, and 34. I believe the 34 is running these wheels. These wheels are really killer looking. Really dig these wheels. One of my favorites of the year. Although I really dig these 5 spokes too, especially when they have like really big ones and then smaller ones on the car, kind of like the Power Trip Dodge Demon had. I really dig that wheel and tire setup on that. Same thing like the new Team Transport Demon too, which that is a really cool casting. Well, really cool set. I can't wait to get that one in my hands. The new Team Transport box is cool because all 4 are new. There's no repeats, no doubles or anything. They have 4 brand new releases, so hopefully we'll be getting that soon to unbox too. But back to this Audi. This is a beautiful car, so let's get him out and get a better look at him. The card art is really cool looking, but I actually like the offset of the wheels on the car, the toy car, better than the actual picture of the car. I wish these were like a little bit deeper looking, just like that reversed offset look of the wheels on the diecast. So let's get him out and get a better look at him. And this car's been around for a while. It first appeared in the main line, just like the 850, a few years back. And as I just mentioned, there was a Super Treasure Hunt that was released of this back in, I think, 2017 or 2018. So really cool casting. And it's 2017. It's modeled after the 2017 model year, and I think that's when it was a first release for Hot Wheels too, was in the 2017 year, but could have been 2018, I cannot recall. But as you guys remember, there is a Super Treasure Hunt of an Audi RS6, and I actually dig this one a little more because, as I said, love this wheel choice, like the charcoal gray look. And this is cool. Has a vanity plate, like a UK style plate, the RS6 Avant. All the detailed ring emblem of the Audi. Then your RS6 emblem on the tailgate. Your detailed tail light tampos with backup lights. Really cool. Hot Wheels, like I said, has stepped it up a lot with their details on tampos and stuff. They're even better than some of the higher end adult collectibles, like their detailed headlight tampos. I hate to say it, are actually better than Auto World. Auto World just painting like headlight silver on these trucks looks not so great, but Hot Wheels even is doing like all the finest little details on their headlight tampos, even on small headlights like this Audi. And silver paint would have been sufficient for this because they're so small. So Hot Wheels is really doing a great job on their premium stuff. Even though, like I said, sometimes their body lines and such are still toyish looking, but still they're stepping it up for the adult collector that's still a dedicated Hot Wheel fan like myself. And this is another cool casting with the side mirrors made into the casting. And then we'll spin it back to the front, and as you can see, it has the Quattro on the bottom of the grille, the big open grille, which looks cooler with the rings, and the RS6. The front valence has your like black mesh on it, or your front bumper cover, whatever you would like to call it. This looks really good, and I'm usually not a huge fan of this car, but this looks really killer. I do have some of the Mini GT ones ordered, so that one I'm like really looking forward to is Mini GT's version of the RS6. That's going to be a really cool one to see. So guys, this is your Fast Wagons. So hope you enjoyed my thorough review of these. All 5 of them are killer looking. I have no issues with any of them. I think they're all great. The new release P220 is awesome. It's just that slam stance looks great. I cannot wait to see more versions of that casting. Really happy with it. Hope that they do something in the RLC series with that casting because it is sweet, or do a metal-in car or something. But I do like that very conservative British racing green look. It looks really good. The slam stance, the camel or saddle colored interior looks really good too, and it does have that sleeper look, but the stance and that cage inside screams all business. It's here to kick ass. So really cool wagon. So if you guys have not got this set yet, I highly recommend to get all 5 of them. Beautiful set. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will leave another link here on the left for another unboxing video, and then on the right is the icon for subscribing. So if you have not done so, please remember to click that icon and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and please share the video. We will be back in the midweek with some more Mini GT stuff, or maybe even some chase stuff. I've gotten some chase cars in, so maybe it's time that we do a chase unboxing like we used to. So we'll see what happens, and make sure you tune back in on Wednesday to find out what we're going to do. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Well, what's remaining of the weekend anyways. And get a good start to your week. I will see you midweek. Thanks for watching.